Hey everybody, it's Jim here, and today's going to be the first installment of a few videos I have planned with the Victory V4 Sheriff preamp pedal. I was very interested in this pedal because, as you can see behind me, I have two clean bass style amps, an old vintage Music Man that does not have an effects loop, and the Blackstar Studio 6L6 that does have an effects loop. And I kind of wanted to see if I could skip paying the extra money to have a Marshall style amp sound and have it really be believable in the room and on recordings. So today we're going to be focusing on using it through the effects loop, which is what Victory recommends to the Blackstar Studio 10. And to keep this as honest as possible, two things need to be known. First of all, that's the signal flow. It's going to be guitar straight into the Victory. That's going to be in the effects loop of the Blackstar Studio 10, and it's going to be mic'd up via just an SM57 into the Focusrite 18i20. So let's hear how it sounds. Now those are the kind of tones that when people buy this pedal, they expect it to be able to do, and it does a really good job at them, I have to admit. Maybe this speaker choice is not the best for it. This is a ceramic C12Q Jensen speaker, which is more kind of vintage Fender style. However, there was one extra tone that I wanted to put a spotlight on. I was using the ES339 on the middle position. I rolled the gain on channel 1 pretty much all the way back, and I got a really light drive, and it really surprised me how good it was. So I'd like you to hear that now. It's funny to me, the highlight of a pedal that's more based on gainier stuff, that really stood out to me. However, as a whole here, this thing does exactly what Victory says it's going to do, and it does provide you with two extra channels if you happen to use it with an effects loop. If you use it out in front of the amp, there's a lot more dialing in that needs to be done. However, we'll be addressing that in a separate video where we spotlight the Music Man amp that has no effects loop on it. But we've talked about the green channel a little bit. I want to focus now on the red channel, which is more of the JCM kind of emulation. That thing is really gainy. For somebody like me, it is more than I will ever need. Once I hit around 2 o'clock on it with the gain, I'm like, yeah, there's never going to be a scenario where I see myself tracking with anything more than this. However, that being said, for some people, you might want a little bit more gain. If you have a kind of transparent overdrive or a boost pedal, you're going to be just fine. But if you're looking for, you know, that kind of modern, metalish kind of sound, maybe the Kraken might be a better choice. But for somebody like me, I absolutely love it, and it's more than enough. And now that all the good's out of the way, nothing in life is perfect outside of my Fender Jaguar. This guy had two things that annoyed me. One, simply cosmetic. I purchased this as a new pedal from Sweetwater directly. It was filthy. I thought it was dirt. I tried rubbing this off. Nope, not coming off. It's really in there. I contacted my representative and I said, did you sell me a B stock? I don't mind as long as it works, but nope, said it was brand new, asked me if the box was sealed when I got it, and no, it was not sealed. He said these things can happen. I will give you a partial refund and credit towards your order. So I said, thank you. But functionally here, I think the sounds are great. I love that everything is labeled for idiots. Whereas if you're using it straight in front of the amp, it tells you exactly where to plug things in. If you're using it in the effects loop, it also tells you exactly what wires go where. So that's a nice convenience for people that might not know any better. The other negative is that this does not have a power on and off switch to it. So it's either plugged in and on, or it's unplugged and off. Now, that can result in you burning out tubes pretty quick if you forget to unplug this thing or use a surge protector that you switch on and off every single time you wish to use it. Now, Dave purchased the Kraken version of these used, and he got a really good deal at $300. However, when he got it, it didn't sound right. Turns out those tubes, they were killed. They had been used too much. He contacted Victory, and they sent him a whole new set of tubes, but just be wary. You will burn these tubes quick, especially on the higher gain models like these. They're working hard to kind of get those tones, so it's just something that you should consider, and something that I wish, it's just a little switch. Just put it right there, you guys. On, off, boom. Forget it. Make life a lot easier and kind of prevent the tube burnout. But as a whole, I think this thing kicks ass. It does exactly what it says it's going to do. It is a Marshall in a box. It will add 2 channels to your amp, more specifically if you are using it through the effects loop. Not really going to impact your primary clean tone. I think it's a win. Now, we're going to be doing a secondary follow-up video with this only on the digital end of things. We're going to be running it through the Helix and some of the IRs on that, as well as some of the Strymon effects, because I kind of want to do that. I have fun with the Strymon stuff. I love it. And then we're going to be using it in front of the interface itself, going direct into that, seeing how that sounds with, I think, the wall of sound basic kind of IRs that are in there. So in case people don't want to spend a ton of money and want to do something silent and get these kinds of tones, 2 alternatives to the old school way that we looked at today, using a microphone and real amps. And that was loud, believe me. However, that's all I got for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I will see you tomorrow for another guitar-related video. Take it easy, you guys.